Alright, we're back with Hot for the meaning of some bloody words, or some sayings in this case. Or, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I got a couple things jotted down, see, but you can't really see them because I can't even read them. Well, I can. The first one is racehorse, so I must have thought, I was thinking, what does it mean to have to piss like a racehorse? That would probably be a quarter horse, which is a horse that runs a quarter mile. I learned that from reading the Tom Clancy book. Man, is he a propaganda for American... It's completely... I mean, I love the guy. You have to love the guy. I mean, you can't hate a guy that can write like that. I mean, you shouldn't hate anybody. But anyway, it's bullshit what he writes, but it's great. It's great bullshit. I mean, television's like that too. Sometimes you see a great movie and say, well, that was a great movie. Then when you think about it, yeah, but it's bullshit. Which is often the case. Especially if it's made in Hollywood, it's almost always bullshit. But I am looking forward to seeing this movie the ones that they did in Denmark, with Russell Crowe being the news reporter. I'd watch that one. I mean, I watch the other ones. Anyway, why does a racehorse have to piss more than any other kind of horse? And so where does the saying come from? I have to piss like a racehorse. That's a question, actually. That's a question that I don't have the answer for. And then, look at that, the sun's coming in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which means spring's coming, because it doesn't come in when spring isn't coming because it's too low, because it's winter and it gets blocked by the buildings there. Okay, bald-faced lying presidents. What was that one all about? Yes, presidents lie. Did anybody know that? Should we talk about the 9/11 thing? A lot of people think that the news tells the truth. I mean, I don't know how many people. There must be at least a couple of million, otherwise they wouldn't be watching this shit all the time. But they don't. The news does not tell the truth. In fact, if we go back to Bush, which we don't want to spend much time on Bush, because, well, he's disappeared. He's taken his money and run. Take the money and run. Well, who's that song by? There's another question for you. Who wrote that song? Was that Steve Miller? Might have been. Anyway, so George Bush told us before 9/11 even happened that something big was going to happen. He said it. I remember sitting down with a friend of mine one night. We might have even smoked some illicit drugs. Only a little bit. But anyway, or a lot. It must have been fucking high. That was by Tool. You should listen to Tool as well. They got some great lyrics. Anyway, we were conspiring to figure out who was conspiring to do what. Which means we were trying to have a conversation, which we did. We had a conversation right into long into the night. And the question was, what the hell is going on with this new fucking president? Why is he going around the world insulting everybody, acting like a complete dickhead? What's going to happen? So we were scared shitless, actually, by the end of it, which partly comes from paranoia, which comes from smoking too much, but it also comes from knowing too much. And we actually knew that something was going to come. So when I was sitting at work and this bloody plane crashes in the first tower, somebody came in from the other office and said, hey, a plane crashed in the CN Tower. Oh no, what was it called? Not the CN Tower, the Twin Towers, the buildings where all the foreigners go and do business. You know, where that snake guy owns them and wants to take them down to make more money. And of course, they wanted to go to war to make more money and steal more oil, so they needed to shock the shit out of the American people, so they would say, oh, somebody fucking attacked us, let's go murder them all. So that's what they did. But the question was, how did they get away with such a pathetic show? I mean, I didn't even think what was going on when the first plane crashed. I think, okay, a plane crash. So you're thinking of, oh, some drunk bastard with a Cessna crashed into one of the towers. Not so usual. I mean, you would think that there would be some kind of air traffic control in downtown Manhattan. But no, but then he came back a few minutes later, said, oh, another plane crashed into the other tower. Oh, well, then we knew. We knew that they were going to war. That is the first thing that came into my mind. America wants to go to war. And I am sure that many people around the world thought the same thing. America wants to go to war, so they're shocking the shit out of their own people, terrorizing their own people. People, who do you think the fucking terrorists are? They're not some fucking brown guys sitting in a goddamn fucking cave in Afghanistan. They're the fucking money freaks that are manipulating the press, manipulating everything. Somebody had to have installed explosives into those buildings, the two big twin towers, and then building number 7 that didn't collapse till the middle of the afternoon, and they told everybody, okay, we're going to pull it now, so get away. We don't want more people being murdered by our little show. Okay, let's get over that. Does the Pope believe in God? I'll repeat that because it is a question that I asked, I don't know when, many years ago. I thought, does the Pope believe in God? What's your answer? My answer is, not bloody likely. Not bloody likely. Or, he may think that he is God. But the Pope, they always call themselves the Vicar of Christ. No, what's it called again? Vicar of Christ. They call themselves the Vicar of Christ. They have the audacity, is that the right word? Audacity, yeah, to say that they are the chosen to tell you what Jesus Christ fucking meant. And you have to fucking talk to them. Oh, I'm getting out of control. And, so yeah, they are the direct line to Jesus Christ, who is the direct line to God. And nobody bothers to read the bloody book. That, of course, it was illegal back then. It was, people were conspiring to understand what was in the Bible. And of course, once you read the Bible and understand it, you think, what? You think, this you make into a religion? It's the same as the news, really. I mean, it was the news for back then. Back then, you didn't have CNN and other conspiracy channels trying to get you to believe shit. What am I trying to say? God. No, the Pope doesn't believe in God. It's a business. It's like war. It's the marketing for war. They make religion so that people will stay idiots. Is that polite? Idiots? Morons? Imbeciles? Ignorant. Ignorant's a nice word. They stay ignorant. I mean, of course you want your people to be ignorant. How are you going to get soldiers to fight people that are probably their relatives' second cousin or something? I mean, America is so mixed up now with how many cultures are in there. Nobody knows. I mean, how many cultures? Well, what's a culture anyway? Culture is what your grandparents did because their grandparents did it, and it's bullshit most times anyway. And culture is the only thing that makes us any different from the guy next door who came from somewhere else. And so we're going someplace to kill somebody, and this is especially true in America because they are the empire. It is the empire. And when the empire falls, which it will because it is designed to fall, because that's how the most money and power is made. I mean, the whole reason for this, the central bank is to rob us stinking blind. I mean, it's what they're doing. We're going to have to fight them. We've got no choice. Perhaps that's even what they want. They are trying to say, wake the fuck up, do something different, and kick us the fuck out. We're acting like pricks. Don't you see it? We're fucking little whiny pricks, and we're fucking up the world. Do something about it. Wake the fuck up. So no, the Pope does not believe in God, and whatever system they're going to set up in Washington, which they're going to do, is going to be called the new, I mean, what did they call it? The Roman Catholic Church? It was after Rome, so what would you call it? The American Church of God or something? The first American Church of God, the real Church of Jesus Christ. Empirical, I don't know what the name's going to be. Somebody's going to have to figure out the name, but it's going to be sitting in Washington, and Washington is going to become the next Vatican, or probably already is, and we just haven't noticed. Anyway, do people really believe a Mexican pulled off the 9/11? We probably already talked about 9/11. What was the other question? Fuck, I wish that guy would learn how to write. How to stay out of jail in USA in chainmail. How to stay out of jail in USA. Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up again. We got unrelated questions. How to stay out of jail in USA. Keep your mouth fucking shut. Get a job. And don't be black. Don't be Puerto Rican. Don't be Mexican. What else? Do Chinese people go to jail? How to stay out of jail? It's not easy anymore. I mean, jail is big business. They just built a huge jail somewhere and they can't fill it. So if you're living there, be careful because they want to fill it, because jails that are not full are not making any money and they're getting all privatized. And the next big thing, well, I'm not going to tell you because I'm writing a book about it. Chainmail. Chainmail? I think that was supposed to be just an antidote. It used to be the chainmail was stuff that people, knights, with their shining sword of justice, which means do what we say or kill you, or we might kill you anyway, but we're certainly going to rob you in the name of the king, which, I mean, it always helps to have a king, a dictator, which, you know, lord, king, duke, whatever. Anyway, chainmail used to be the stuff that they put on their chest so that when some peasant with a pitchfork came along and said, you're not going to rape my 12-year-old boy and my 10-year-old girl this time around because I'm sick and tired of it, and tries to stab them. And then the chainmail will keep the pitchfork, hopefully, from going into their chest. So if you are one of these farmers who are trying to kill a knight because they're raping your children, go for the neck. Anyway, these days chainmail is different. Yeah, that fucking ended well. No, shit. What were we gonna say? Can't work without a studio audience. I just say no to chainmail. That's a good one. That's a good ending. If I remember when I was in school, chainmail back in college, back before everybody had a computer up their ass, in their house, in the pocket. Chainmail was something that you got is a piece of paper, and it came in your house. You read it, and it said blah blah blah. It was like religion. It was like religion on one piece of paper, and it usually said these are the good things that happened to people that sent the letter on, like somebody getting married and lived happily ever after. Somebody else won a lottery, and somebody else got an operation on his left leg that finally worked. And then there was 3 people who didn't send it, and one of them lost their head in a skiing accident. Another one had their eyeballs ripped out by birds flying by while he was walking on a pier. And the third one lost his family in a poker tournament. And so, send the bloody thing on, or this is what's going to happen. It's the same as religion. I'll give you life if you follow my rules. I'll give you death if you don't. We have to get over it. It's bloody ridiculous. And so, go piss like a racehorse.